Welcome to a special edition of Action Video Game Talk. I'm your host, Scott Action Jackson. Thanks for joining me today, or tonight, or whenever you're watching or listening to this episode. On January 14th, Nintendo did a Nintendo Direct streaming video where there was a bunch of games and more or less announcements that were brought out, and there's a huge list of news articles to go through. So I kind of had to cut this down to maybe 2 parts. So yeah, let's go and hop into one of the 2 parts for this Nintendo Direct version of Action Video Game Talk. Nintendo has announced a major push towards backward capability. The company is re-releasing Wii titles digitally for Wii U. These include Super Mario Galaxy 2, which is available right now, Punch-Out on January 22nd, and Metroid Prime Trilogy on January 29th. These will be available at half price for the first week. Nintendo plans to release more from the Wii's library in the future. This should make it easier to acquire hard-to-find games like Metroid Prime Trilogy without breaking the bank. To me, this is kind of confusing and kind of unexpected. I mean, the Wii U itself, as far as I know, is probably like 97-98% backwards compatible as is with the Wii U physical disc titles. But for some reason they're deciding to release some of these Wii titles digitally, which might be taking up a lot of memory for your Wii U. And this would be handy for those who aren't able to get like physical copies of some of these, like it says here, hard to find games like the Metroid Prime Trilogy, but that's assuming when they're actually releasing them. Now the titles that they are going to be releasing and have out right now, there's the Super Mario Galaxy 2. On January 22nd there's going to be the Punch-Out game, and then like I said, January 29th the Metroid Prime Trilogy. And yes, it said right here also, during the first week that each of these are released, they're available at half price. Now I haven't gone to see how much they actually are, considering how old some of them are. I wouldn't be surprised if the normal price is maybe $20 to $30 for each title, and if it's going to be half price for the first week, that's going to be a great deal. Nintendo showed off its new entry in the Mario vs. Donkey Kong series, Tipping Stars, at its Nintendo Direct stream. In addition to highlighting the game's feature, the company revealed that players won't have to decide between downloading the Wii U and 3DS versions. Players can design their own levels and share them online with other players via built-in Miiverse support. If you're the type of person who likes to toil over designing clever puzzles and tricky challenges, there's a chance you'll be rewarded for your efforts too. Players earn up to 3 stars when they beat levels, which can be cashed in to purchase additional creation tools. You don't have to hoard them either. The idea is that players can give virtual star tips to the creators of the levels that they deemed particularly worthy, giving those creators more tools to create even better levels. The game is also a first for Nintendo in that it has something similar to Sony's cross-buy. The game is coming to both the Wii U and 3DS systems, and players who purchase the game on one platform will get a download code to get it on the other at no additional cost. Content can be shared between both versions as well. So Nintendo is finally doing a cross-buy function, where you can buy a title for not just one, but 2 systems, the Wii U and the 3DS. And that's not a bad idea. I mean, Sony's been doing it with PS3, PS4, Vita, so Nintendo decides to try it out with this Mario vs. Donkey Kong Tipping Stars. It's probably a good way to test it out. I mean, not only is the game itself cross-buy, but the content that you can get for it can be used on both systems as well. And that's going to be an extra bonus. I know that they're kind of doing this, with the Super Smash Bros. As far as one piece of digital content, and that's the Mewtwo. I think the only thing I'm curious about is how much this game will be. I mean, will it be the normal price of, say, $30, maybe $40? In preparation for Majora's Mask arriving on 3DS this spring, Nintendo is bringing some of that magic to Hyrule Warriors. The biggest fairy fan in the land, Tingle, is joining the fight. The Majora's Mask pack is coming on February 5th. It's part of the DLC bundle that Nintendo is offering for the title and will be sold a la carte. Now, one thing that was not mentioned in this news article, but was revealed on the actual Nintendo Direct itself, not only do you get Tingle in this Majora's Mask pack, but you also get a version of the Kid Link. And this is coming out on February 5th, so they're releasing it to try and hype up the Majora's Mask release for the Nintendo 3DS. And I know there's probably going to be some people out there who are a bit cringing at the idea of playing through Hyrule Warriors as Tingle, and there might be some out there wondering how difficult it could be, and some will just be laughing their butts off to see what it would look like. Xenoblade Chronicles, a hard-to-find and critically acclaimed Wii title, was the showpiece title when the new Nintendo 3DS was announced in Japan. It's now been confirmed that the title will arrive in North America this spring. Cosmos is working on Wii U's Xenoblade Chronicles X. Monster Games is handling the port. That studio handled the port of Donkey Kong Country Returns for the 3DS. The title is coming to North America in April, exclusively for the new 3DS XL. I know I probably got the name of the company that's working on the Wii U Xenoblade Chronicles X game wrong. The thing here is, the actual month that the Xenoblade Chronicles is coming out for the new Nintendo 3DS is going to be April here in North America, this spring. And it is being handled by Monster Games, the same company, the same studio that handled the port of Donkey Kong Country Returns for the 3DS. And they did a nice, awesome job with that. They probably know what they're doing, because they already handled one port, they can probably handle another one. So one of the questions right now is, how much do you think it's going to be? Is it going to be the standard price, like most of these games are probably going to be about $30, $40? Will it be like a major downgrade, or I don't know. I mean, both Monster Games, the company studio that's handling this Xenoblade Chronicle for the new 3DS, and the company that's taking care of the Wii U Xenoblade Chronicles X, probably both have their hands full with the Xenoblade saga right now. During the first Nintendo Direct presentation of 2015, Nintendo announced Pokemon Shuffle, a free-to-play puzzle game based on the popular monster collecting series. In Pokemon Shuffle, players must match 3 or more of the same Pokemon on the board to clear them, deal damage to the enemy monster, and work towards beating the stage. Each stage has a limited number of moves, requiring players to be efficient as they attack the opposing Pokemon and try to get its HP to 0. Much like the main series, each Pokemon has a type and can be leveled up, which can enable players to be more effective in battle. Some Pokemon in Pokemon Shuffle have the ability to Mega Evolve, allowing them to remove many Pokemon on the board and deal heavy damage to the opponent. The game maintains its free-to-play style by providing players with 5 hearts at the beginning of the session. Each battle requires a heart, and once those hearts are depleted, the player will need to wait until they have replenished until they can play on. Players can also purchase more hearts by obtaining jewels or by using eShop points. The Nintendo Direct showed the on-screen player acquiring a jewel from Street Pass, which enabled them to buy more hearts. In addition, there are other in-game items that can be received through regular gameplay or through purchasing with eShop points. Pokemon Shuffle will be available for download on the Nintendo 3DS eShop in February. So yes, what we got here is a game called Pokemon Shuffle that's a free-to-play puzzle game. And when I saw the footage of this, it kind of reminded me of the footage for that Pockets and Dragons type games that was being combined with the Super Mario Brothers, which is a lot like the Bejeweled type games too. So now if you're into those type of games, you might be curious to check this out, but it does have a little Pokemon theme behind it too as well. I mean, you can battle other Pokemon, battle players. You can actually Mega Evolve too to help remove some of the Pokemon from the board. So yeah, for Pokemon fans and Bejeweled fans, you might want to check this game out. Nintendo revealed a bit more about Kirby and the Rainbow Curse during its Nintendo Direct stream, including a new release date for the Wii U title. It's been pushed from its original February 13th date to February 20th. During the presentation, Nintendo's Bill Trinen outlined how the pink puffball will be able to find hidden treasure chests scattered throughout the world. These contain a variety of rewards, including music tracks and collectible in-game figurines. These virtual statuettes look as though they're sculpted from clay, and it looks as though there will be plenty to acquire. He also elaborated on how the game's amiibo support will work. The functionality was outlined in a Japanese language trailer for the game last month, but now the company is sharing the details with North American audiences. Players can put their Kirby, King Dedede, and Meta Knight amiibos on the Wii U gamepad once per day, and each one has an associated in-game power-up. The Kirby power-up grants players access to the character's Star Dash maneuver without having to first collect the required 100 stars. King Dedede grants Kirby 6 health bars instead of the normal 4, and also gives Kirby a matching hat. Finally, Meta Knight gives Kirby a sampling of his blazing locomotion, giving Kirby a boost to the speed of his tap dash maneuver. So what we got with this little bit of announcement with the Kirby and the Rainbow Curse is kind of a little bit of bad news and some better news. The bad news is it's been pushed back a little bit from February 13th to February 20th. Don't be too upset. I mean, it's only pushed back a little bit. You know, it's not like it's pushed back another month or a couple months or a whole year. During this Nintendo Direct, they showed some of the treasure chests that you'll find and what will be in them. Rewards like music tracks and in-game figurines, which there's probably going to be a lot of them. And it also was shown how the amiibos will work with the game. The 3 amiibos that will work is the Kirby, King Dedede, and Meta Knight. Now, I don't think the King Dedede or Meta Knight are out yet. But it says here the Kirby one grants you access to the character's Star Dash maneuver without having to collect 100 stars. The King Dedede grants you additional health bars and also, I guess, the King Dedede type hat. And Meta Knight gives you, I guess, a boost on your speed with the tap dash maneuver. These figures can be only used once per day. Actual day, not like in-game day. Well, that's it for this episode of Action Video Game Talk. I did try to select what I thought was major news articles from the Nintendo Direct. There was probably some other stuff revealed that you can find. You can probably look for the actual video itself on like YouTube and maybe even have it on Facebook under like the Nintendo Facebook page. But you can probably see that and see any other additional stuff that was revealed that I didn't think was important enough. So once again, thanks for watching, listening. Later on I will have the separate clips if you want to go check those out down below. Facebook page if you want to go and check that out. So until next time, bye.